Well, it's time for some garden goodies, and even though it's September, Justin isn't done harvesting his veggies just yet. He's got some tips that would make Bugs Bunny a really happy camper.
For this week on Garden Goodies, I'm talking about carrots. And one thing that you want to do, not only with carrots, but with many of your other plants, is you want to thin them out. If you're sowing the seeds early in the season in your garden, not planting individual plants, if you're putting the seeds in, you will often end up planting more than what you need. Not only because the seeds are tiny, sometimes you just dump them out of the packet and you get a bunch of them in a spot where you only need a handful, but also because you can't be guaranteed that all of the seeds are going to germinate, or they might be a little too deep and they don't make it above the soil. So you want to plant more than you need and then thin them out. Now, why do you thin them out? Well, because you want to have larger vegetables. Now, let's take a look at the carrots as an example here. And this year, I did try to thin them out a little bit, but I didn't get as much thinning as I would have liked. So what do you end up with? If your carrots are too close together, let's take a look at some of these carrots. I'm pulling a couple of out of the ground here. Look at this one, little tiny one here. Boy, that is a small carrot. These right here are kind of close together, so you get little carrots, stumpy little carrots. Here you see a couple of them. These are edible, but normally you'd want a good carrot should be 7 to 9 inches long, a lot of them. Here I have one that was thinned out a little bit more. And this one, well, it's a little bit bigger here. You can see it didn't grow too deep. You want to have nice loose soil for carrots as well. They'll grow a little bit deeper, but at least this one got a little bigger around. But you can see my carrots are very close together here. So in this particular part of the garden, I'm not getting too many big ones. Here's one that's a little bit longer that you would like to see. And this one didn't have too many neighbors out there. So you definitely want to thin things out. Not only will you get small carrots if they're too close together, but sometimes you'll get weird configurations like this. If they're too close together, they'll entwine themselves, and here we have a little curlicue of carrots. You'll want to thin them out more the larger the plant is. Carrots, a minimum, I would say 2 inches apart, but other plants that are bigger, you got to have them farther apart, 8, 10 inches, 12 inches apart, like the kohlrabi definitely need to be more like a foot apart. We had some of those earlier in the season. But I also have a few other vegetables that I've been harvesting lately, and because of that, we'll be able to have something good with a mixture of vegetables later in the show. You want to stay tuned for that.